can Messi do this time? It's in low! It's in! It's Messi! It's magical! It's another record! He's scored in 7 successive World Cup Finals games! Is there nothing this magical?
He's now scored in 7 straight World Cup matches, turning football's biggest tournament into his own personal stage. What's even crazier is that he scored 6 goals from just 2.37 expected goals, making him the biggest XG over performer at this World Cup. Every match feels like another masterpiece. Whether it was the incredible hat trick against Algeria, the brace versus Austria, or the stunning free kick against Jordan, Messi keeps proving that even as he approaches 40, he's still one of the best players on the planet.
Flying forward. Lionel Messi! He transcends time! His 200th cap! His 6th World Cup! Another majestic moment for Lionel Messi! Oh, yes, there it is! There it is! You are looking at the greatest.
Because of performances like these, some critics have once again turned to conspiracy theories and claims that everything is rigged. When someone keeps delivering moments this special, some people would rather question the results than appreciate what they're watching. That's been part of the Messi conversation for years. At this point, every World Cup match from Messi feels like bonus content. I honestly believe the last World Cup would be his final run. Even a couple of years ago, many people expected him to be more of a supporting veteran for Argentina instead of the team's biggest star. Instead, he's still leading the way. The most unbelievable part is his longevity. Messi has now scored 13 World Cup goals after turning 35 years old. That's an incredible achievement. If you've only started watching football during the last couple of World Cups, you might think Messi has always dominated this competition, but that wasn't always the case. For years, the biggest criticism of Messi was that he couldn't match his Barcelona performances while playing for Argentina. To understand how everything changed, we have to go back to 2006, when a young, long-haired Messi made his World Cup debut. Back then, Messi wasn't the global superstar everyone knows today. He was an 18-year-old rising talent trying to break into a Barcelona team filled with legends. Under Frank Rijkaard, he had already started making a name for himself alongside Ronaldinho and Samuel Eto'o with his incredible dribbling and brilliant left foot. But just as everything was coming together, disaster struck. In March 2006, Messi tore his hamstring against Chelsea in the Champions League. Although he recovered in time for the World Cup, Barcelona remained cautious and even left him out of the Champions League final squad when they defeated Arsenal. It was a tough setback for such a young player. When Argentina began their World Cup campaign under Jose Pekerman, Messi wasn't in the starting lineup. His chance finally came against Serbia and Montenegro. Coming off the bench in the 75th minute, he wasted no time making an impact. Just 3 minutes later, he assisted Hernan Crespo, and in the 88th minute, he calmly scored his first World Cup goal to complete a dominant 6-0 victory. At just 18 years and 358 days old, Messi became the youngest Argentine player to score and provide an assist in a World Cup match. He earned his first World Cup start against the Netherlands before making another substitute appearance against Mexico, where Argentina advanced thanks to Maxi Rodriguez's unforgettable extra-time goal. Then came the biggest disappointment. In the quarterfinal against host nation Germany, Pekerman made the controversial decision to leave Messi on the bench for the entire match. Argentina eventually lost on penalties, and the teenager could only watch as his first World Cup ended. Even so, he had shown enough for everyone to realize that a future superstar had arrived. By the time the 2010 World Cup began, Messi was already considered the best player in the world. Pep Guardiola had transformed his game by moving him into the famous false nine role at Barcelona. During the 2009-10 season, Messi scored 47 goals in 53 games, won his first Ballon d'Or, claimed the European Golden Shoe, and helped Barcelona win another La Liga title. Expectations couldn't have been higher. Argentina arrived in South Africa with Diego Maradona as manager. While Maradona's playing career made him one of football's greatest legends, his coaching approach remained a constant topic of debate. The team often relied heavily on individual talent instead of a balanced tactical system. Messi played every minute of Argentina's first 5 matches and was involved in almost every attack. Because he often played deeper, he spent more time creating chances than finishing them himself. Against Nigeria, he was outstanding, but goalkeeper Vincent Enyama delivered one of the tournament's best performances to deny him again and again. Against South Korea, Messi was everywhere. His free kick led to an own goal, and several of his shots created rebounds that teammates turned into goals. Even without scoring, he constantly created danger and controlled Argentina's attack. For the final group stage match against Greece, Maradona handed Messi the captain's armband, making the 22-year-old the youngest captain in Argentina's World Cup history. Everything seemed to be building toward a deep tournament run. Then Germany struck again. Argentina struggled to control the midfield, while Germany punished every mistake on their way to a 4-0 victory. Messi found very little space, was tightly marked throughout the match, and couldn't inspire a comeback as another World Cup dream came to an end. Looking only at the statistics, South Africa 2010 wasn't a successful tournament for Messi. He finished without scoring a single goal, something almost impossible to believe after scoring 47 goals for Barcelona that season. But the numbers don't tell the whole story. He remained Argentina's creative engine, constantly producing chances, pulling defenders out of position, and making life difficult for every team he faced. Even without goals, his influence on Argentina's attack was impossible to ignore. The finishing just wasn't there, and Argentina's tactical weaknesses were exposed the moment they faced a top team. It was another reminder that even the world's best player can't carry an unbalanced squad on his own. Everything changed at the 2014 World Cup. This was the tournament that completely reshaped how people viewed Lionel Messi. He wasn't just Argentina's biggest star anymore. He was their leader. The season before Brazil hadn't been easy either. Barcelona fell short in La Liga, the Copa del Rey, and the Champions League, while Messi battled several muscle injuries. Even so, he still managed an incredible 41 goals in 46 matches. By the time the World Cup began, he had adjusted his game, saving his energy for one mission, bringing the trophy home. Messi wasted no time making an impact. He scored a brilliant goal against Bosnia and Herzegovina before producing a dramatic late winner against Iran. Then he added 2 more goals against Nigeria, finishing the group stage with 4 goals in 3 matches. Time after time, he found a way to deliver when Argentina needed him most. Once the knockout rounds began, every team built their defensive plan around stopping Messi. He was constantly surrounded by 2 or 3 defenders whenever he touched the ball. Instead of forcing shots, he adapted. He dropped deeper, became Argentina's main creator, and pulled defenders out of position to create space for his teammates. The perfect example came against Switzerland. With penalties only minutes away, Messi picked up the ball in the 118th minute, glided through the defense, and slipped a perfect pass to Angel Di Maria, who scored the winning goal. Even when he wasn't finding the net himself, Messi remained the player every defender feared most. Throughout the tournament, he completed 46 successful dribbles, created more chances than any other player, and inspired Argentina to victories over Belgium and the Netherlands to reach their first World Cup final since 1990. Waiting for them, once again, was Germany. Argentina created chances but couldn't finish them. Then, in extra time, Mario Götze scored the goal that decided the final. Germany became world champions, while Argentina were left heartbroken. Even in defeat, Brazil 2014 remains one of Messi's greatest World Cup performances. He scored 4 goals, led Argentina all the way to the final, and won the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. By 2018, Messi was once again coming off another brilliant season with Barcelona, scoring 45 goals in 54 matches while helping the club win La Liga and the Copa del Rey. Argentina, however, arrived in Russia in complete chaos. They barely qualified, needing a Messi hat trick against Ecuador in their final qualifier just to reach the tournament. That instability carried into the World Cup. Argentina drew with Iceland after Messi had a penalty saved, then suffered a heavy 3-0 defeat against Croatia as the team looked completely lost. Tactical confusion, defensive mistakes, and poor organization left them on the edge of elimination. With everything on the line against Nigeria, Messi stepped up again. Ever Banega delivered a perfect long pass. Messi controlled it beautifully with his thigh, took one touch, and calmly finished with his right foot. It was one of the finest goals of his international career and helped Argentina reach the knockout stage. Their reward was a round of 16 clash with eventual champions France. Despite constantly trying to create opportunities, Argentina couldn't keep up as Kylian Mbappé announced himself on the world stage. France won an unforgettable 4-3 thriller, ending another World Cup dream. Many people saw Russia 2018 as one of Messi's most disappointing tournaments, but the bigger problem was Argentina's lack of balance. The team struggled for structure, consistency, and tactical identity. Messi carried much of the creative responsibility, but football has always been a team game. Then came Qatar 2022. Messi had already won almost everything in football, including finally lifting the Copa America with Argentina in 2021. Only one trophy remained, the World Cup. The tournament couldn't have started much worse. Despite Messi scoring from the penalty spot, Saudi Arabia pulled off one of the biggest upsets in World Cup history, beating Argentina 2-1. Suddenly, elimination became a real possibility. Then came the moment that changed everything. Against Mexico, with Argentina under enormous pressure, Messi fired a low strike from outside the box into the corner before assisting Enzo Fernandez to seal a huge 2-0 victory. It was one of the biggest turning points of the tournament, and from that moment, Argentina never looked back. They beat Poland to top the group before Messi produced one incredible performance after another in the knockout rounds. Against Australia, in his 1,000th professional match, he scored his first World Cup knockout goal. Against the Netherlands, he delivered a brilliant assist for Nahuel Molina before scoring from the penalty spot as Argentina eventually advanced after a dramatic shootout. Then came Croatia. Messi calmly converted another penalty before producing one of the greatest assists in World Cup history, weaving past Joško Gvardiol and setting up Julian Alvarez to complete a dominant 3-0 victory. It was football at the highest level. Then came the final against France, one of the greatest matches the sport has ever seen. Messi opened the scoring from the penalty spot and helped Argentina build a 2-goal lead. Then Kylian Mbappé stunned the world with 2 quick goals to force extra time. Messi scored again to restore Argentina's lead, only for Mbappé to complete his hat trick and send the match to penalties. With the pressure at its highest, Messi confidently converted his spot kick. Argentina won the shootout, and after nearly 2 decades of chasing football's biggest prize, Lionel Messi finally lifted the World Cup. Qatar 2022 wasn't just Messi's greatest World Cup, it stands as one of the greatest individual World Cup campaigns ever. He finished with 7 goals and 3 assists, became the first player to score in every knockout round of a modern World Cup, won a second Golden Ball, and captained Argentina to their first world title since 1986. For years, people debated what was missing from Messi's legacy. On that unforgettable night in Lusail, those debates finally came to an end. He completed football, and everything we've seen since has simply added to an already legendary career. Now he's enjoying the game, playing with freedom, while Argentina has grown into a strong team around him instead of relying on him alone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more football content, and share it with another football fan. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Where does Messi's World Cup journey rank among the greatest stories in sports history? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.